that situation?
Exactly, and it's not a good treadmill to be on. We make sure you pay a little principal with every payment you make at Dollar Loan Center. It's called a fully amortized installment loan. If you pay it off quick, great, major savings. But if you need more time to pay it off, even a year or so, at least you're paid in full at the end because you were chipping away at the principal on every payment.
Like it should be. Thanks, Chuck. Get up to $5,000 in just minutes at Dollar Loan Center. We have over 50 locations, and our friendly Dollar Loan Center staff are ready to help. You can also apply over the phone or online at don'tbebroke.com.
Licensed by Nevada Financial Institutions Division. Customer must meet the normal loan qualifications. To review loan qualifications, visit us at don'tbebroke.com. Certain limitations may apply. Loans are subject to approval.
Gambler's Bonus hits again! On March 12th, Paul hit 4 5s, clearing his Gambler's Bonus 4-of-a-kind bingo card for over $6,400. Paul hit big, and so can you with Gambler's Bonus. It's why you play the game.
I got my brand new Shinola watch at MJ Christensen. Absolutely love it.
Shinola is an incredible American story. It talks about what happens when industry comes back to America. This visionary hired 70-some-odd people off of welfare. One person that was making minimum wage for 4 years is now the spokesperson for the company. Go on their website, Shinola Watches, and who's the distributor here? Only MJ Christensen Diamonds.
MJ Christensen, located at Boca Park.
Your time is important to you, so it is important to us, too. As a business owner, you want to spend your time focused on growing your business, not on dealing with red tape. You can safely leave that to us. At Pro Group Management, we focus on ensuring that you have the best workers' comp plan for your business. Our team of experts keeps up on all the regulatory issues and compliance updates so you can spend your time growing your business. For self-insured groups, Pro Group Management is the leader in providing Nevada's businesses with reliable, quality workers' comp programs. And we have the awards to prove it. Find out how to have Pro Group Management work for you. Visit our website at pgmnv.com to receive a free cost savings analysis now. That's pgmnv.com, or call our Las Vegas office at 702-740-4380. Pro Group Management. Workers' comp that works for you.
More lawyer, less fee.
I'm attorney Paul Powell. Have you been injured in a crash? Do you want to win your case? Do you want the insurance companies saying,
It's Paul Powell?
Of course you do. I've spent almost 20 years helping injury victims get paid, and I for sure can help you.
If you're tired of greedy lawyers, call 728-5500 or go to paulpowell.com.
I really can help.
Paul Powell. More lawyer, less fee.
Some restrictions apply.
It's your retirement. Let's get to it.
This is Mike DiGregorio, president of Retire Vegas. Do you realize that just 8% of U.S. households can be considered financially independent? Just 8%. Do you think they all became wealthy by just putting money into retirement accounts like a 401k or an IRA? Think about it. Why would you put money every month into something that might penalize you for accessing your money, provides limited investment choices, and defers your taxes to a time in the future when many think individual tax rates might be higher? That's what these conventional retirement accounts do. You could do better, much better. Let me show you a smarter way to save. It's liquid, tax efficient, 100% safe, and delivers outstanding returns. Grab your cell phone and listen to a free recorded message for more information. Call 800-861-1776.
It's your retirement. Let's get to it. Call 1-800-861-1776. Let's retire Vegas.
Hello, friends. This is Thomas Johnson from Joe's Seafood Prime Steak and Stone Crab. Need a great idea for lunch or dinner? Your best bet is Joe's, one of the most popular dining destinations on the Strip. Joe's provides the ideal setting for private parties with accommodations for up to 150 guests. Stop by to see us at the Forum Shops at Caesars and ask for Thomas Johnson, your maitre d'.
This show is all about an effort to give good advice, especially when it comes to gambling. Well, here's some great advice, and there's no gamble whatsoever involved. Father's Day is coming up in less than 2 weeks. It's 2 weeks from yesterday, June 16th. You listen, you want to take Dad out for a good meal. You're not going to do better than Joe's. And if you ask Dad what he wants for Father's Day, he's liable to tell you, take me out for a great steak or some terrific seafood. Joe's Seafood Prime Steak and Stone Crab is the perfect location for that. Make your reservation now for Father's Day or for any day. It's 702-792-9222. Our Joe's Angle of the Day, every day, researched by our own Ralph Michaels. Ralph, what do we have?
Well, the Dodgers and the Diamondbacks. And the Dodgers, we know they just continue to be hot. They're 18-9 as an away favorite. Arizona, 2-13 as a dog the last 15 games, 1-8 as a home dog the last 9 in that role. Dodgers with Buehler, about a 145 favorite tonight.
They have just completed the top of the 6th at Wrigley Field. David Fletcher has been a really solid play for the Angels this year. Not this time. After the pitcher Trevor Cahill delivered a base hit, double play, and that's the end of that. So that inning is done, and Mike Trout will not be coming up with a couple of men on base or even one on base. He'll lead off in the 7th inning for the Angels. 1-0 Cubs through 6 innings. Time for us to take a look at tonight's action. We will do that right now with the Monday edition of the MJ Christensen 4 at 4.
1, 2, 3 into the 4.
Put them 4s up. Put the 4s up, I said. Do it right now.
Tonight's action is just around the bend, and the guys want to get your night off to a great start.
4.
It's the Las Vegas Sportsline's 4 at 4.
Not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4. Unbelievable.
Don't forget, MJ Christensen, there's still some graduation ceremonies taking place. If you have not yet decided on the perfect graduation gift for the graduate in your family, just take a ride over to MJ Christensen and you're going to find something they will love. They're located in Boca Park, been in business since 1939, one of the absolute oldest continuous businesses in Las Vegas, and with very good reason. They treat their customers like family. MJ Christensen Diamonds at Boca Park. Let's start off with the Dodgers and Diamondbacks, Ralph. And Diamondbacks were bleeding. They were leaking oil. But they got a good result this weekend, winning a series at home against the Mutts. And boy, are they ever the Mutts. Did they ever blow one on? I mean, the DeGrom game was just a disaster for the Mets. And then they lose again yesterday. So the Diamondbacks right the ship a little bit. And this is a big series for them. If they're hoping, look, it's a long shot, obviously. But if they're hoping to cut into the Dodgers' lead and make it a little competitive in the NL West, they need to do well in this series.
Diamondbacks 5-15 the last 20 games. 5 wins, 2 against the Mets, 3 against the Giants. So you're not beating quality competition, but you look at teams hitting. These two teams over the last 10 days, the Diamondbacks are hitting .309, the Dodgers hitting .332. Robbie Ray, though, is a very confident pitcher against the Dodgers. In his 16 lifetime starts against the LA Dodgers, 7-3 with a 2.82 ERA.
Pretty good numbers.
Yeah.
We've got the Phillies matching up with the Padres. Phillies coming out of LA, probably happy to see somebody else. They'll go into San Diego to take on the Padres, who flopped this weekend. That's the thing about the Padres. They're clearly improving. They've got some good young talent on the team, especially in the pitching. But they still turn into the Padres of old now and then. And this is a bad series for them this weekend. If you're going to make a run at hanging in over 500 and having a shot going into September to make the wild card, you can't lose a series to the Miami Marlins. And that's exactly what they did. They'll try and right the ship tonight as they play host to the Phillies.
Not even lose a series, lose back-to-back games 9-3. That's Miami's one of the best offensive back-to-back performances they've had all year. Big numbers for home road dichotomy here between the two pitchers. Nola on the road, a 5.85 ERA. Lauer at home, a 2.67 ERA. But I will say this, Nola has turned it around.
Yeah.
4-0 with a 2.50 ERA his last 4 starts.
Yeah, he's definitely pitching more like the Aaron Nola the Phillies expected to have coming into this season. He just didn't have a very good April. And it happens sometimes with veteran pitchers. They start slowly for some reason, but Nola's starting to look like the all-star caliber talent he is.
Nola on the mound has Phillies as the favorite. When Philly is an away favorite, they are 7-1 as an away favorite. They're 4-12 as an away dog. So when Philly's on the road, the favorite's 19-5.
The Astros a little shorter favorite than usual tonight as they go into Seattle to face the Mariners. That's because Corbin Martin is on the mound, and he has struggled so far. The rookie is trying to carve out his niche in the major leagues, but it hasn't gone well yet. You wonder if he's going to stay in the rotation for the Astros or not. I think he could use a good start tonight. That's the good news for him. He gets to go against the Seattle Mariners team that is just playing some horrible baseball right now. They can't catch. They really don't manufacture runs at all. They're either a home run or nothing team, and the pitching isn't good. They are arguably the worst team in the major leagues right now. The only thing that makes them not appear that way in their overall record is the fact they started the season 13-2. But ever since then, Ralph, there's not much question about who the worst team in the majors has been. And signals sent yesterday that the Mariners are wasting no time in packing it in for 2019 and the near future. They sent Jay Bruce, and look, let's call it straight. Jay Bruce is a limited commodity at this point. He's not, he'll hit the ball out of the park, but he can't play any defense. I mean, he's just an absolutely horrific defender. He's not going to hit for average, but the Phillies wanted somebody, a lefty stick, to face righties, and they'll plug him into the outfield and hope for the best as far as that goes. And they gave up a low-level prospect for him. As far as the Mariners are concerned, that's a clear indication that Jerry Dipoto, who is one of the game's wheelers and dealers, he loves to trade. He's going to be very active this year, and the Mariners are probably going to dump as many pieces as they can.
You look at the two pitchers in Corbin Martin. As you said, he had a nice first appearance, had 9 Ks in 5 innings. Since that time, has really struggled. 0-1, a 6.55 ERA, 7 Ks, 8 walks in those 3 starts. But you look at LeBlanc, an 8.31 ERA at home with a 1.96 whip. I'm going to say the obvious. You have 2 pitchers giving up a lot of runs. I'm going to play the over, even though the Mariners aren't hitting well. And do remember, Seattle will use an opener for the first time tonight, so make sure you mention that when you're and if you're trying to play this game.
Just a quick thought on openers. I love the way Tampa does it because they've got particularly one guy who's dominant in the role. Ryan Stanek he is outstanding in that role for Tampa. Loves it. That doesn't mean it's going to work for every team. Now, it has worked for some others. I think the Angels have found a guy who likes the role in Cam Bedrosian, and he's doing well when put into that role. But it's not an automatic. And whoever takes them on for Seattle tonight as the opener for 1 inning, maybe 2, it's going to be somebody out of their bullpen, and their bullpen stinks.
You've talked about that most bullpens are made up of starters who didn't succeed. Now you're putting a starter back in the role that he grew up with, and you're allowing him to throw 100% because he knows he's only going to pitch an inning or 2. So that puts him in a role that perhaps he can excel in.
I mean, I don't dislike it. And at least you're facing an Astros team right now that's short some guys. George Springer's out, Jose Altuve's out, Carlos Correa's out. They're still finding a way to score runs and get them in the clutch as they did yesterday in Oakland. Great series for the Astros over the weekend in Oakland, by the way. Look, I understand the concept from Seattle's side, and I don't think it's a bad idea. But I'm just not sure it'll work. I mean, you take a look. I don't know what. And again, I don't know who they're going to use. Whether it's going to be Anthony Bass or somebody. It might be. Bass looks like he might be their closer temporarily until Hunter Strickland's available. You don't go with a lefty because you've got another lefty coming up after that, so it would be counterproductive to go with a lefty. So it's going to be somebody right-handed, and I don't know who it is. And boy, you look up and down that Seattle bullpen, and there's some bad guys out there.
Well, this is LeBlanc's made 3 starts since coming off the IL. 0-2 with a 10.22 ERA in those 3 starts. So they're just trying to slow down the inevitable. I'm not sure, why bring out a starter at this point.
Yeah. Again, can't argue against it. And let's look at it's not tonight, obviously, but let's look ahead to Game 3 of the Raptors and Warriors because Golden State is getting early action. I think even though it's early, I think it would be fair to say it's probably public money. But the public got the money in Game 2, and they might get it again in Game 3. The Raptors have played well so far in this series. They have shown themselves to, at least in the 2 games we've seen, be pretty much the equal of the Warriors. But, boy, going back to Oakland, looks like it might be tough for the Raptors here. I'm not saying in terms of being competitive, Ralph, but in terms of winning, I don't know. I don't know if they can win a game there.
I agree with you. The Raptors had the entire opportunity in front of them, Game 2. You had the end of the first quarter where Curry had to sit out. He was dehydrated and lightheaded. Klay Thompson can't finish the game. Looney goes out injured. Iguodala misses some time with that hamstring. And, of course, that's without Durant even being there. So, you have all of that going on, and yet you can't manage to win at home having that halftime lead. I think that puts them in a bad spot. And yes, Siakam went off early for 32 points, going 14 of 17. Well, that just woke up Green, and Draymond Green held him to 5 of 18 shooting with only 12 points in the second game. and I think that's the difference. Toronto didn't get the fast break points